Kaiser Wilhelm der Grosse was a German transatlantic ocean liner in service from 1897 to 1914, when she was scuttled in battle. She was the largest ship in the world for a time, and held the blue ribbon until Cunard Line's RMS Lusitania entered service in 1907. The vessel's career was relatively uneventful, despite a refit in 1913. RMS Lusitania launched in 1906 and entering service in 1907. At 787 feet long and powered by steam turbines, she was one of the fastest ships of her time and earned the blue ribbon for transatlantic speed. On May 7, 1915, during World War I, while sailing from New York to Liverpool, Lusitania was torpedoed by German U-boat U-20 off the coast of Ireland and sank in just 18 minutes. RMS Mauretania was a British ocean liner built for the Cunard Line and launched in 1906. At 790 feet and over 31,000 gross tons, she was the world's largest and fastest ship of her time, holding the blue ribbon for Atlantic crossing from 1907 to 1929. During World War I, she served as a troop ship and hospital ship. After the war, she returned to passenger service until her retirement in 1934. The ship was scrapped in 1935. RMS Olympic was a British ocean liner built by Harland and Wolff for the White Star Line and launched in 1910. As the lead ship of the Olympic class, she was the sister ship to Titanic and Britannic. At 882 feet long and over 45,000 gross tons, Olympic was one of the largest and most luxurious ships of her time. She served both as a passenger liner and a troop ship during World War I. Unlike her sisters, she had a long and successful career, operating until 1935, when she was retired and scrapped. RMS Aquitania was a British ocean liner built for the Cunard Line and launched in 1913. At over 900 feet long and 45,000 gross tons, she combined luxury and size, earning the nickname the Ship Beautiful. Aquitania served in both world wars as a troop ship and hospital ship, yet returned each time to civilian service. Known for her reliability, she sailed for 36 years until her retirement in 1949, making her one of the longest-serving ocean liners of the 20th century. The Britannic was a British ocean liner, the third and final of the Olympic-class ships built by Harland and Wolff for the White Star Line, and a sister ship to the Titanic and Olympic. Launched in 1914, she was initially intended for passenger service, but was requisitioned as a hospital ship during World War I. In 1916, while serving as a hospital ship, the Britannic struck a mine in the Aegean Sea and sank, with 30 lives lost. Normandy was a French ocean liner built for the Compagnie Générale Transatlantique and launched in 1932. At over 1,000 feet long and nearly 80,000 gross tons, she was the largest and most powerful passenger ship at the time. Known for her Art Deco design and speed, Normandy won the Blue Ribbon on her maiden voyage in 1935. Requisitioned by the U.S. during World War II, she caught fire and capsized in New York Harbor in 1942 before ever serving in war. She was later scrapped in 1946. Queen Mary was a British ocean liner built for the Cunard Line and launched in 1934. At over 1,000 feet and 81,000 gross tons, she was one of the largest and fastest ships of her time, earning the Blue Ribbon for Atlantic speed. She served as a troop ship in World War II, then returned to passenger service until retirement in 1967. Today, she is permanently moored in Long Beach, California, as a museum and hotel. Wilhelm Gustloff was a German cruise ship built by Blohm and Voss for the Nazi leisure organization Kraft der Freude, Strength Through Joy. Launched in 1937, The 684-foot-long ship was originally designed for civilian cruises, but was repurposed as a hospital ship and later a military transport during World War II while evacuating German civilians, wounded soldiers, and Nazi officials from East Prussia ahead of the advancing Soviet army. She was torpedoed by Soviet submarine S-13 in the Baltic Sea. Over 9,000 people died, making it the deadliest maritime disaster in history. Only around 1,200 survived from the estimated 10,000 plus on board. The RMS Queen Elizabeth was a British ocean liner launched in 1938 for the Cunard Line. At over 1,000 feet and 83,000 gross tons, she was the world's largest ship at the time. Used as a troop ship in World War II, she entered passenger service in 1946. Retired in 1968, she caught fire and capsized in Hong Kong in 1972 while being converted into a floating university. SS United States is an American ocean liner built in 1952 for United States lines. At 990 feet long and over 53,000 gross tons, she was the fastest ocean liner ever built, winning the Blue Ribbon on her maiden voyage with a record speed. Designed for quick conversion to a troop ship, she served only in civilian service. She was retired in 1969 and remains docked in Philadelphia, preserved but not in use. Was a French ocean liner launched in 1960 for the Compagnie Générale Transatlantique. At 1,035 feet long and over 66,000 gross tons, she was the longest passenger ship ever built at the time. Known for her elegance and speed, she served transatlantic routes and cruises until rising fuel costs led to her retirement in 1974. Later sold and rebuilt as SS Norway in 1980. She continued cruising until being scrapped in 2008. That RMS Queen Mary II is a British ocean liner launched in 2003 and in service since 2004. At 1,132 feet and over 149,000 gross tons, she is the largest ocean liner ever built and the only one still operating transatlantic crossings. Designed for speed in rough seas, she remains active as of 2025. Symphony of the Seas is a cruise ship operated by Royal Caribbean International, launched in 2018. As one of the largest cruise ships in the world, she belongs to the Oasis class and measures about 362 meters, 1,188 feet, in length with a gross tonnage of over 228,000. She can carry over 6,600 passengers and 2,200 crew, featuring amenities like theaters, a water park, a Central Park themed area, and a shopping promenade. Essentially a floating city, the AS of 2025, Symphony of the Seas remains in active service, primarily sailing Caribbean and European itineraries.